I've been keeping up with updating all of my social media platforms uh, with updates pertaining to the house. Most notably, I have been keeping the TikTok much more up to date than all the others, admittedly, uh, simply because it's easy to just make a short little video and go from there. But a lot of people have been wondering across all of these platforms how I managed to get a house for $100. So I'm going to tell you the story of how we bought a house for $100 because it's a doozy. It's kind of funny, honestly. So, you know, the people who owned it before, uh, they I don't know who they are exactly. I know that they buy properties. Uh, I guess looking to make a profit as cheap as possible, like so fix the house as cheap as possible and I don't know, do something with the property, whether sell, rent, I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure they just give it to landlord special. This house needed a lot more work than just the landlord special. The landlord special wouldn't do anything to help this house at this point. And so I feel like they got in too deep and then they just did not have the money or maybe the time, or they just didn't want to spend the money to fix the house up. And so it sat, and they also did not want to tear it down or pay to tear it down. So it sat for a while. The entire time they owned it, they have only visited the property maybe once or twice, according to my neighbors. And this is actually what, due to the state of the house and the things going on regarding the house, squatters, drug addicts shooting up on the back porch, issues like that. Like, those are obviously like really awful things. And this person, my neighbor, was very, very concerned about how this could impact or endanger her daughter. So she complained to the city multiple times, and so the owners were facing a lot of fines and legal ramifications for their inaction regarding the house, and the city was they were in hot water with the city. So they wanted it off their hands, and they wanted it off their hands ASAP because it was just ultimately going to get them in more trouble than they thought it was worth. So they listed it on Facebook Marketplace for $100. So we decided to buy it. There was a whole, thing involving lawyers. We had to sign documents before a judge, and yeah. So as long as we go forth trying to restore this house and actually do something with it, we will not find ourselves in the same hot water that they did. And we genuinely are planning to go forward with this and restore and preserve as much as we can of this beautiful historic Victorian home. And it's, I don't know, it's very important to me. I am very, very fond of historic architecture, especially the Victorian era. There's just something about it that I find to be absolutely stunning. And I cannot allow this house to be lost. So I'm going to try everything in my power to have this house come back to her original glory, to bring her back to what she was. And yeah, so that's basically what this whole journey is about, is the entire process of doing that. And, stuff like that. So yeah, that's the story of how I bought a house off of Facebook Marketplace for $100.